Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Siaram and we are going to learn completely React.js from very basic to advanced. And in this video, you will not have one or two topics, you will have a lot of topics together and it will be complete guide for your career. Okay, in this we are going to implement mostly functional components that is important nowadays. Your hooks, new feature of React is a functional component itself. Redux has come. Those all are based on functional component. So I believe you will enjoy this video. And in this, I'm going to guide you the folder structure of the React, how to set up, what are the things you required, and then again, how to start from the very scratch and how to reach till very, you can say advanced level. Okay. And again, in case if you have not subscribed the CRM Software Academy, I will advise you, you can subscribe it. It will be helpful for you since you are going to see this video as well as upcoming lot of videos will come on the new features of nearly 25 plus technology. There will be many hundred videos and it will be completely awesome experience for you and it will be very, very helpful. Okay. So let's go ahead. The first step, we need to see the setup guidance. What are the things we need to set up and other things? So see here, I have created one a small setup guide for you. That is, first we have to install the Node.js because Node.js is only main thing. There you are going to set up the environment of the React and you are going to install you are going to create the new project. Okay. So first I have given here the name of the website. It's the official website of Node.js. From there you can download it. I will show you. Let me show you. So suppose I'll go here. This is the website of Node.js. Here you have, in case if your computer is Windows machine, you can download this Windows installer. In your computer, in case if you are using the Mac or other PC OS, you can use respective and set up it. Okay, download it and install it. After installation, once your Node.js get installed, in my computer I have already installed it. So after installation, you can open the CMD and in CMD, you can verify whether Node is installed or not. I'll guide you here. You can write here Node space -b. You can see it is showing for me 12.16.3 version is installed in my computer, right? So more than 10, any version is fine. You can download, install it. In case if your PC is not supporting, you can download little lower version, maybe 14 or maybe but 12 also fine. And then you can set up it and then we'll move towards the next step. Next step is we have to run this command npm install -g create react app. This is for what purpose? Like suppose if you are doing the programming in Java or maybe Python or maybe PHP or maybe other language. So what do? You set up the environment. First, the environment has to set up in your computer. Then only you can start writing the code and run. So for that, you can say this is nothing but set up the environment. You have to set up the environment through this line. Okay. So maybe you can go to your CMD and after installation of Node.js, you can run this command. npm install -g. This one you can run here like this. I have already installed in my computer, so I may not repeat it. So I'm guiding you. You can install this command. Okay, this one. Next, once this command is successfully done, let me do for you. Okay, so this one I'll run again. So what will happen in my system? It will update. Suppose already installed is there, already create React app is already installed. It will update for me. Okay, so there is no problem. It will update with the new version. That is also fine at all. No issue. Okay. Then we'll ask like npm. What is the npm? Okay, it's called Node Package Manager. So when you will download the node and install in your computer, you will see like lakhs of the library will get installed in your it's called completely one package, Node Package Manager, and it will have so many collection of libraries and that is going to help you to support your to develop the project. Okay. NPM, Node Package Manager. Package means what? It's called container of multiple things together, right? So what I did is I have written NPM install. Means we are not going to download manually. We ask, hey NPM, you take care and go and install this particular package. So where it will go? It will go to the npmjs.org. We have a website npmjs.org. From there, it will take the entire their environment and set up in your computer. After that, you will see React environment will get set up completely in your computer. So you can see setup is happening for me. So that is called your npm. Okay. Then after that, you will ask like why the people use React and what is the benefit of the React? Why not Angular? Why not only JavaScript? Why not only jQuery and anything, right? So those things I'm going to explain now. You can see here it's got set up perfectly, right? Next, what you have to do, you have to run this command. You have to run this command. Okay, so let me run again for you. It will create a new project. So see this one, I need to go to some specific folder where I want to create a project. So I'll go to my any drive and I'll create a folder here. Suppose I'm in the D drive, and under the D drive I will create a folder called react 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 you can say classes. Now I'll go under my React class folder, and you can click here under the top. See here what I did. I went here to the particular um, address bar and I wrote here called CMD, enter. Now it will open the CMD in the particular folder direct shortcut. See, it's a called simple shortcut. Instead of going in the open the CMD and writing in cd, I have written, I gone to the directly my React class folder and I open the CMD there through here, right? Again, I'll guide you, see what I did. This is my folder. This is my folder. React class, my folder. I'll go inside and I'll click here in the address and I'll write here called CMD, enter. See here, it's got open. So our next target was to run this command. Which command? Npx create React app. Let me run here that command. Npx create React app project one. So this project one is nothing but, see, don't get confused. Project one is nothing but your folder name. It is going to create a new project for you, and the project name will be called project one. So that's what it's called, Npx create React app project one. Now let me enter here. Okay, so it may take 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. It may take 15 minutes also in your computer. Maybe in case if your internet is very fast, it may happen quickly. In case internet is little slow, it may take some time. Reason, it is going to complete, it is going to download a lot of files and folder from internet, from the NPX, and after that, it is going to set up in your computer, and where all the libraries and multiple default files and some you can say default structure of everything going to download and set up in your computer. Okay, so let it go on. Meanwhile, I'll guide you the internal structure of React. Okay, when you are going to work on the React, what will be inside and how that looks. Okay, let me come. I will go to my pent. This is going on, this installation is going on. It will take 2-3 minutes. By then I'll guide you completely, like you will understand. Okay, I'm going to work on the React. This will be the folder structure inside and how that looks. Okay, so let's look at here. See how that look is. Suppose one project is developed using React. Okay, assume like web application, one web application developed using React. Example, take Facebook itself. Facebook is developed in React. Similar way, some many more websites will be in the internet, right? So assume like when you are going to open the Facebook, how you will open the Facebook. To open the Facebook, definitely you have to use the browser itself, right? And with the help of browser, you can open the Facebook, then Facebook will appear in your computer, right? Those things we are going to understand how the web application work if it is based on React. Okay, I'm explaining the reason this installation is going on. Meanwhile, let's understand. Okay, flow, that will be very very helpful for you. Like you will be having a complete milestone in mind. Okay, what is the React, what is inside, how that look. Okay, so suppose a user wanted to open a website, and that website is developed in React. Let me write here on the top one complete heading, DFD, data flow diagram of React application. I'll keep in the beginning called basic, not directly on very advanced level, so that while learning, definitely all are new, so they should be able to understand. Suppose let me keep it a blue color. Basic DFD, data flow diagram of React application. Okay. Now let me guide you. A user is going to open a website, and that website is developed in React. How that look? This is the user. This is the user. This is the user, and this user wanted to open a website. That website is developed in React. Okay. So to open the website, what you do normally? You open the browser. Of course, we open the browser. So let's go here. And user interaction, I'm making with browser. User interaction is happening to the browser. Let me write here browser as well. It can be your Mozilla, it can be Chrome, it can be IE, it can be any browser. BROWSER, browser. Okay. Now the browser interaction will happen to a application, and that application is developed using React. So this browser can send the data, and this browser can receive the data. Both the tasks is going to happen. From where? From the browser to application and application to browser. So one arrow key I have made to send the data, another arrow key I'll make to receive the data. See here. Now inside that, I will design a layout that is going to point the structure of your React application. See, this is your React project. This is your React project. Now inside the React project, what are the things will come? How many folder, how many file, and so many, right? So let me guide you. Assume inside the React, you have a folder. That folder name is called node modules. This is called node modules. Okay, node modules. I'll write the name inside, call it a node modules. Node underscore modules. What is this node modules? I'll write below, call it a library. Library. Collection of library. Okay. Collections of, or let me simple write as a library. You understood it? Yes, it's a library. Library, library. So many library will be inside. Now suppose if I'll say what will come inside library, where it will come from, who will give us? No one will give us. Look at here. This installation is going on. Installation is going on. When the installation is going on, this node modules is getting download from the npm.org. Okay. Node modules folder is getting download, because under the node modules folder, there will be so many hundred files and folders, that all will be library that will help to support your project. Okay. Then we are not going to download that manually. See, when we have given the command, this npx is taking care. It is taking all the library that is required to develop a React project, and that all will come and go to the node modules. Let it set up. I'll guide you again in the last. Okay. By then I'll design this diagram. Hopefully you will enjoy this video, and it will be very, very important for you without any help from anyone. If you follow the steps by step, you can follow, you can create a application in React, and you will become the React developer. Node modules. Now in the same project folder, you will have, okay, I forgot to write here the heading called the React project, React application. I'll write here in the last, or maybe I'll write here a React project, a React project I'll keep an arrow mark also here saying like yes, it is the React project. This is a React project. And after that, what we are going to do inside, so you saw here inside you will have one node modules that is called library. You will have one more folder that is called public folder. Let me do here, design that public folder here. This is going to be the public folder. This is going to be the public folder. Okay, I'll write the heading on the top, call public folder. Public folder. Okay. Then you will ask what will be inside the public folder. Brother, simple one file will be called index.html. Okay, there will be one simple file index.html. And then what this index.html is going to do, you can see here a user has opened the website. He opened the browser, and inside the browser he opened a website. That website is developed in React. And then the folder structure you saw, one folder is node modules collection of library. That download is happening here as of now. And after that, another one you can see there is a folder called public. Inside the public some more file will be there. Just I'm pointing the main file public. Inside the public index.html file is going to talk to your browser. Index.html will be dealing with the browser, no other, only index. Okay. Then question is where the data will come to the index. Whether we will write the content under the index only. No, we are not going to write the index under the content. Content under the index. We will have another folder. I will design that here. Look at here. There will be one folder called SRC folder. Big folder. SRC folder called source folder. Entire source code will be inside. Source folder, SRC. I'll give the heading here called SRC. This is your SRC folder. SRC folder. So you got how many folder total? Node modules, public and SRC. Under the public what we have? Index.html. Under the SRC what we'll have? So many. I'll guide you now. See, the first step, under the SRC, we will have a file called index.js. 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 This index.js, this index.js is going to deal with index.html. See here, this is your index.js file. Index.js file. Now this index.js file will be sending the data to index.js file will send the data to index.html. It may be in the term of sending the data or it may be in the term of receiving the data. It can be any scenario. I will create here 2 arrow mark so it will be guiding you properly. So this, hope this arrow is guiding you properly. Browser will interact to the index.html and index.html will talk to the index.js, that is under the SRC folder. Then where the data will come to the index.js, it will come from here. I'll guide you now. Look at here. There will be another folder. There will be another folder, another not folder, sorry, file. There will be another file that is called app.js. Hold on. There will be another file that is called app.js. This is a file here that is called app.js. Let me write here in the some other color, app.js. Correct? You saw that. What is the file name? App.js. So I will guide you finally the linking. App.js will send the data to index.js and index.js will send the data to app.js. See? So you got the idea. App.js is going to talk to index.js. Index.js is going to talk to index.html and index.html is going to talk to whom? Browser. Till here it is clear. Okay, let me see the project. Of course, the project is also about to complete. Let it complete. Okay. Now, next flow. So this is the basic structure of your React. When you download, now suppose our project setup is going on here. So once the project setup will be ready, what we will get inside? We will get inside this structure only. We will get one src folder, we'll get one node modules folder, we'll get one public folder. App.js will talk to the index.js, index.js will talk to the index.html, and index.html will talk to the browser. This is the basic structure of your React. Now, then I will say these modules what we have added, where it is going to come. Yes, I will guide you. That module is going to come to this one. This module we can call under the, this module we can call under the uh, app also, and this module can call under the index also. It can go to both the places, anywhere we can call. It is not necessary this module library we can call under the index only. We can call in app also, throughout the project, everywhere we can call it. Okay, till here we understood this is the basic ready-made structure of React project. Okay, now if we are going to add our own functionality, how that look, definitely I'll guide you. Let go. Suppose in your project you have login. Assume you have a login page. Simple. You have a login page, you have a register page. Okay, you have a contact page, and you have many more pages. Assume you have one more page here, call maybe sign up page. Correct. So many pages you have in a project. Assume. Now let me give the name now. This is assume call contact page, contact.js. Assume this is called maybe emp.js. Maybe this is called, you can say, user.js, login.js, you can say. Maybe this is called signup.js. You will ask why you are creating all the file as JS. Till now we have created HTML, now you are creating the JS. Don't worry. Inside the React, we have a concept called component. Normally in the HTML, when we learn the Bootstrap, JavaScript, we create the .html file. But under the React, we have to create a .js file. React.js says like they have a feature called JSX. JSX. We are going to discuss on that JSX feature. JSX is nothing but what we have learned HTML and what we have learned JavaScript and what we have learned the CSS. Everything we are going to mix together under the React. Okay. HTML code, JavaScript code, all we are going to write together. Okay, and that logic is going to known as JSX. 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 I'll write here called JSX. JSX. It is called a JavaScript and XML. Okay, so React says like you don't create .html file, don't create some other extension. You create everything as a JS itself, because the React is a library of JavaScript, and JavaScript has given a feature in the React saying like component. So suppose in your project now you created a signup.js, login.js, emp.js, contact.js. These pages are what? Brother, these pages are called as a component. Okay, in the React, these pages are called as a component. So component is nothing but in Java, in the React, the file you are going to create with the .js extension, that is called a component. I'll guide you. We have two type of component. One is called class component, another one is called functional component. Okay, so in case if anyone asks what is a component, you can say as of now simple, inside the React, whichever the file we are going to create to fulfill our requirement, all will be called as a component. Example, login page, sign up page, register page, those all will be called as a component. Then extension of the component will be .js, and this file can be based on two methods. The first method is, if you know the JavaScript oops, then you can follow the class concept. If you don't know JavaScript oops, then you can follow the functional concept. So I will guide you here. Inside the React, we have two type of concept of component. Suppose this is called component. This is called component. Component. C-O-M-P-O-N-E-N-T. Component. Okay. Suppose this call is a component. So this component will be of two type. This component will be of two type. One is based on class and another one is based on function. So let me write here. This can be based on class also, and this can be based on function also. So in this video, whatever we are going to learn, this all will be based on function. Then you will ask, the class concept is better, why you are following the function? Now class concept is better. In the React, it's being a little old now. Okay, in class, in the React JS, the class component is getting old now because the Redux has come, and Redux is fully based on your functional component. Okay, so you should follow the functional component. The functional component is the best choice now. Okay, so this tutorial what we are creating as of now, this class what you are attending, it is fully based on functional component, and that is the awesome feature of the React. If you understood the functional component, then you are ready to work on the Redux. Okay, so assume like inside the React, the whichever the file we are going to create, all are going to call it a component, and component is of two type, one using the class, another one using function. So if you are using the class, it is called class component. If you are using the function, it is called as a functional component. Okay, so I will erase that area so that DFT will be better. Okay, now see here, come to this point. Okay, your this sign up will be contacting to the app, login will be contacting to the app, employee will be EMP will be contacting to the app, and contact will contact to the app. So you saw the flow now. Whichever the project you have inside, suppose in your project you have the 20 plus pages, 100 pages, 200 pages, no matter how many pages you have, React says like you create your own pages according to your requirement, and all the page you keep on linking to the app.js file, not app.js file. You can create any file. It is a default file, so that I'm guiding you. Yes, it will be the default structure. This sign up, login, EMP, we are creating our own. Okay, all the files will create, and all we will link through the app. And then here the concept will come as a routing. People ask in interview what is routing in React. Okay, so those also we are going to learn. Okay, so you can say sign up, login, all the component are going to interact with the app will talk to the index will talk to the index.html, and index.html will talk to where, to the browser. So this is the basic structure of your, which one you can say as a React. Then you will say there is a concept of API also. You have not explained that. Don't worry, I'm going to explain you. API. What is that? Look at here. This is your database backend. Let me write a backend. This call is a backend. Okay, backend. So hold on. This is the backend. So what this backend is going to do, I'll write here completely as a backend. Inside the backend, we will have two sections. One section will be called database. One section will be called as a database, and another section will be called server-side language, that you can use maybe Node.js, or you can use as a Java, you can use as a Python. Okay, you can use any language. So suppose I'll give the example of Node.js. Okay, so suppose this is your MySQL, and this is your assume call Node.js, or you can say PHP, or you can say the Python, any language, any backend language you can take. It is not necessary only this language is only, it can be any language. Okay, so this all is your backend language. Then the backend language will communicate with the database, and database will communicate with the backend language. I'll create a very good arrow mark for you. See here. Understood now? Node.js, PHP, Python will talk to the MySQL, and MySQL will talk to the backend. Then where the React is going to talk? Suppose a person want to log in, a person want to send some message through contact us page, where it will come, right? How the connectivity is going to happen? Whether React communicate with the MySQL directly? No, React never communicate with the MySQL directly. I'll guide you how the React is going to communicate. React is going to communicate like this. React will be communicating like this. It's called as API. You may have heard regarding the API. In interview, every time people ask, API, right? So that I'm going to guide you now. Suppose this is the place where we are going to connect now. Let me guide now in this way. From here to here, I made a route. I made a mapping here. This is just basic images I designed using just to convince you in the better way. See, this route is going to call as a API. This route is going to call as a API. Now, through this route, through which route? Through API, a React can send the data to backend. Backend will send to database, and database can send to backend, and backend can send to React again. Let me show you now final structure. Suppose, suppose a uh, contact us want to send the data to backend. What will happen? Contact will communicate with API. A employee want to employee data want to go to the backend. Definitely, employee can talk to the API. Correct. A login want to talk to the backend. Login can talk to the API. Correct. Sign up want to talk to the backend. Sign up can talk to the API. Correct. These all are is going to call as a API. So your React can talk to the API. API is going to talk to whom? Backend. We have so many. We have page method. We have Axios. We have using that. We can communicate with the backend, right? So hope you understood this structure completely, and this is our final destination. After you can, if you go through this tutorial completely, you will be able to implement this all. I will be guiding completely. JSON server will set up, and there I'll guide you, okay, end to end how to implement. Okay, so this becomes a basic DFD of React application. And hope guys you understood. And then let's come to the next. Next, see here, project setup is ready. You can see project setup is ready. Let me show you the folder. This is my folder, project one. As I told you, once we set up the project, you will have called one app folder will be app file will be there, node modules will be there, index.html will be there, public folder will be there. Let me introduce you to that folder structure. Look at here. You can see there is a folder called project one. Inside the project one, you can see hopefully node modules folder. Node modules folder is there, right? Node modules folder is going to hold a lot of libraries that is required for you to develop your React project. Let me show you. If I go to the node modules, can you see here? Unlimited files and folder. This all are 1034 is there. This is going to help you to develop your React project. Okay, come back. Look at the public folder. As I told you, there will be one index file. Is it here? Yes, it is there, index.html. Even I told you you will have src folder. We have here. Yes, we have here. There is app.js file by default, right? So now next turn is to understand this and implement this. Implement this. Okay. So let me go to the my CMD. Next step is to go to the CMD, and I'll write here called CD and my folder name. CD, my folder name is project one. So I gone to the project one folder, right? Let me open here now. Let me open here code space dot and enter. What is the meaning of this code space dot? Code space dot, right? See, in my computer, I have installed the VS Code here. You can see VS Code, Visual Studio Code is installed in my computer. Now, if I'll write here code space dot and if I press the enter key, you will see the Visual Studio will open directly. And this particular project one will get assigned to Visual Studio automatically. Okay, it will get initialized under the Visual Studio. We don't have to write manually. Okay, we don't have to write manually. We don't have to load the folder manually. It is just open the Visual Studio, everything will get loaded directly. Yeah. So we are here. Welcome screen, I'll close, and you can see now. Hopefully it's visible. We have a node modules with the unlimited files and folder inside. We have a public folder inside. We have index.html, and we have one src also. There we have app.js and app.index.js. Both files are there that I have explained you in the photo. See, index.js is there, app.js is there. The photo explains same thing, no? Index.js, app.js, right? And this API, another part we are going to see further. Okay, now let me come to my CMD. React project is set up, but the server is not started. Okay, to see the project in browser, what is this project, how it is running, how to write, how to run this, how to see that, you cannot do directly. Okay, you have to do that npm start. NPM is nothing but, as I told you, it's called Node Package Manager. It has collection of lakhs of the library. In that, we are saying as a NPM start. Means we are giving the information to the NPM package, saying like, please start my React server so that I can see the output. So you will be writing here NPM start. See, I wrote NPM start. It may take 1 minute of time. After that, you can see like the React project will start running in the browser, and we will be able to see the output of the default page. Let it start it. It is just starting. And meanwhile, I'll tell you guys, in case if anyone is interested to learn online classes, this is my contact number, that is called 87924 62607. Okay, and one more number I'll tell you, that is called 888 41 666 08. You can contact to this number. I will be there, I will be guiding you always. And my name is Siaram, SIYARM, right? I'm taking the classes in Info Campus Bangalore last many years. So we have tie-up with the multi-thousand companies. We provide the placement. So in case if you are looking for the similar services, like looking for job and training, you can contact us. We will help you in a very better way. We are already helping to multi-thousands people. Every year, a lot of people are attending the classes from us, and they are starting their career. Even companies are also getting benefited. They are hiring the manpower from us, and they are also getting benefited. So it is a kind of opportunity. You can learn. Maybe you can learn through online also video. I'm giving the complete A to Z knowledge. I'm putting on your channel, and then from there also you can have a look, and then you can, in case if you need extra help, you can contact us. No problem. We can guide you well. Okay. Okay. Let's come to our this npm. It says like your project compiled successfully, and to run the project you have to go to the browser, and you have to write localhost colon 3000. You can see here it is saying like your compiled project is compiled successfully. To see the output of this project, you have to go to the browser, and you have to write localhost colon 3000. Let me come to my browser here, and I will be writing called localhost 3000 port number. I'll try, and then I'll see whether my page is loading or not. It should load the default page. Of course, you can see it is saying React page is loaded at finally, right? So entire setup process we completed, and then we are still here. I'll show you this one. This is the setup process, okay? And finally, in the last, you have to do npm start. After doing that, it will work for you, okay? You can take this and then you can try. Let's come to our browser next. As we discussed, look at here. Photo is saying like user interaction happen to browser. Browser is talking to index.html. Index.html is talking to index.js, and it is giving the data, right? This we discuss. Let's prove that whether really this flow is correct or not. Come to our project folder here. Go to the public folder. Click on index.html file. Index.html file. This index.html file has some code, some lot of commented codes are there. Okay, let me clear it. It should not make you overload. Okay, unnecessary code, and it will make confuse, right? So I will remove the commented code. Correct. See, file look like non-heavy now. See, we have only one line here that you can see, id equal to root. Can you see this? Id equal to root. Don't forget, this is the index file where entire project content, the content of your React project will come, and it will execute under this division only, root. Even our photo is also saying user interaction will happen to browser. Browser will talk to index.html. Now in this index.html, you can see you have the ID called root, and this root is going to get the data from index.js file. That is where under the public src folder. So you saw here id equal to root, don't forget it. Okay, let's come, I'll guide you next. Go to src folder. In src folder, in src folder, look at here. In src folder, you can see you have one file called uh, app.js. Let me go to the app.js. In app.js, some codes are written here, something. Let me delete all and I will create a very clean, simple function that a division is opened here, division is closed here, and then something was written that I deleted all. And then I'm writing here h1 saying like, welcome to SIYARM software CA Academy. I close the H1. Now we need to see whether really this is the content is going to come in the browser or something else. See, look at here, which file I modify. I went to the app.js file, and inside the app.js file, I have deleted everything. I kept just one division, and inside the division, I kept call H1. And under the H1, I have written call welcome to CRM Software Academy. Let me look into my browser whether this data is going to come or something else. See, awesome. It's saying welcome to CRM Software Academy. That meaning this is the file that was executing. Okay. So hope you got idea. Where was the content? Content was under the app.js file. And in app.js file, I modified. Content got changed in the browser. Look at the photo again. Photo is saying the content of app.js file will go to the app.index.js. The content of app.js will go to the index.js. Let's verify that as well. Look at here. In app.js file, whichever the content we have written, we modified, we wrote welcome to CRM Software Academy. Now from here we are saying export default app. I will discuss on that. Why it is written app default. Okay, export default. Now let's go to the, see, understand normally, nothing to leave for the future. We have a function called app, right? And we have written here called export. In JavaScript, when we have learned the import and export, you have seen like export used to export, suppose we have a variable, assume this is the function. If this function, if you want to access in some other component, in some other file, leave the component, say file. Okay, suppose we have a function called app. This app function, if you want to use somewhere else, then what we have to do? We have to send this function, then only it will work. So for that purpose, we are writing here, we are not writing it's a default written, export default app, export default app. So what is the meaning is, if someone want to use this app, we have to make here export. Until unless you will not apply export, no one can use your app function. In the React, app export part is compulsory. If you want to, if anyone want to use those functions somewhere else, like suppose the function is app function we want to use somewhere else, then we have to apply export it. Means we are going to import this function. Which function? App function. If you not export here, no one can import it. Simple meaning. See, I'll tell you. Suppose you have a bike, you want to sell it. If you want to sell, then someone can buy. If you don't want to sell, how anyone can buy? That is the meaning of import and export. If India has exported the medicine to other country, then only they have imported. If we will say, no, sorry, we cannot export, then no one can import it, right? Simple meaning, if I don't want to give you the money, you cannot take. So if I want to give you, I will say the export, means I'm ready to export it. Then only you can import. Okay. So this app.js file is saying I am ready to export. Means anyone can import me. To whom? To this function. Which function? App function. So it's saying like export default app. So whenever someone want to access this file, if export keyword is not applied here, no one can import it. Now let's go to the next file. Understand simple. If you want to import a function, you have to apply the export. Default is a default keyword of React. React says like if anyone will call this file, which function will be default? So we are saying app will be default and app will be exported. Now go to the app.index.js file. Look at here in index.js file. You can see this line. this line is written here, and this line is saying, import. Import means what? Bring, include. Okay, import meaning is simple: bring from somewhere, call from somewhere, import from somewhere. So import app from app. Then you will ask, what is this? I'll write here. See, I'll write for you. It is saying like import import function name from file name. Import function name from file name. So what is the function name, brother? Function name is app. Where it is written? It is written under the app.js file. JS is optional, so they have not written the JS. They have given only app.js. So we are writing import app from which file? App.js file. After importing, what to do? Look at here. There is one function called render function. Render function. Now, the hope the flow is clear for you. We have written the data under the app.js file. App.js file is going to send the data to index.js file. Index.js file has got the data here called app, import app from the app.js, right? After that, this app we have to send somewhere. Let me guide you. See, one line is written here. I will modify a little, restrict mode. Okay, see, look at there. I'm modifying this line just to convince you in the better way. See, this line was written here. I modified little. It is saying here, render app where. You will ask, what is this line? I'll write like this. Render function needs two parameters. First is called data, and second is called location. Location means this data sent to this location. This is the content sent to this location. It's need only two parameters. App and then, sorry, not only app, it can be anything here, any component here. So it is saying like data comma location. So what is the data? Data is nothing but your function name where you are going to send document.getElement by id. We know from JavaScript itself, root. Document.getElement by id root means go to the index.html, go to the index.html, and in index.html there is a division called root. Correct. Look at here. It is saying like index.js is saying like go to the where index.html, and there is a division called root. Inside the root pass this content. Which content? The content is coming from the app.js file. Whichever the data is coming from the app.js file under this app function, this content you give to whom? Root content, root division, that is under the index.html. So hope you got this idea on this flow. Now I'll come to the app directly. Inside the app, it is written here, import app. That is all are fine, there is no problem. But I will suggest you in every component, whenever you see, we discussed in the beginning, as per the photo, we discussed over contact, EMP, login, sign up. These all are called as a component, right? We discussed same thing, no? These all are called as a component. So look at here, we have a file called app.js. So what is the app.js? App.js file is a component. Okay, so what you can see inside the component, see function we have learned in JavaScript like this only, no? Function symbol, flower bracket, open close, inside return, and then see the crazy feature here. It is saying like division, and inside write directly h1. Awesome. So in the JavaScript we have not written like this. Here we are able to write JavaScript code and HTML code both together. That is called JSX, brother. That is called JSX, JavaScript and HTML all together. Okay, I will give you 3-4 rules is there for JSX. I'll guide you. Okay, let me go here. Okay, right inside, see, every time whenever you create a component, don't forget to import the React, because entire functionality is available under the React itself. Whichever the functionality you are going to use in your project, all the functionalities are available under the React. You have not imported the React, right? You must import the React first, then write in. It is working. I'm not saying it is not working, but you should import the React. Okay, so let me write here. I will write here import React. React is nothing but, you can say, name of the file, name of the class, name of the function. Okay, from where? React.js file. React.js file. So we wrote here import React from React.js file. Correct? Import React from React.js file. So now your React library got imported here. Okay, React library got imported here. Now with full confidence, you can write all the functionality of the React and you can start using it. Okay. So since we discussed in the beginning, this completely tutorial is going to be based on functional component. So I will not use the class component. I will be using the fully functional component only. Okay, let's look at the browser. Everything is same. Something went wrong. See, okay, it's fine. There is no problem at all. Right? Okay, let's understand now. So in this React functional component tutorial, I will be helping you with the CSS also, and I will be helping you with the bootstrap also. So we will use the CSS also and we'll use the bootstrap also. Okay. So first I will guide you through CSS. We will design the navigation, we will create some component, and after that will come, we will apply the routing, and then we'll go ahead one by one. Okay. So first let's start learning how to create a component. I will write here how to create a component. First question, how to create a component in React. This is the question. Let's go ahead and work on this. So question is how to create a component in React. Now we are going to work on that, how to create a component. Simple. Look at here. We have src folder. We have src folder here in the left hand side. So you create all the file under the src folder. Whichever the file you are going to create, now create all the file under the src folder. Okay, fine. Let's go ahead. Create a file here. Give the file name. Call you can say home.js. As we discussed in the beginning, component is nothing but a JavaScript file in the React is called as a component, and it is of two type. One is called using the class component, another one is using called function component, right? So this in this tutorial you are learning completely functional component that will be based on hooks. Okay, we are going to use the hooks using the functional component. So I created a file called home.js. Enter. You will see one file will get ready that is called home.js. Okay, now inside the home.js, as we discussed in the beginning, we have to write we have to import the React because the React is a major library. You must have to import that. Okay, so you will be writing here import React from React. Import React from React. So React we imported now. Okay, let me guys change the color combination. It may be helpful for you. So I'll go to the view. It is somewhere color combination will be inside only. Okay, hold on. It should be here. Okay. Inside view, there should be appearance. Yeah, I found the appearance. Inside the appearance, mm, mm, okay, hold on, guys. Preferences, color theme. Yeah, it is here. Version wise, they'll keep on changing. Color theme. I went here and let me select the default light and default light. Okay, light, default light, something dark, Visual Studio, dark, default dark. Okay, I selected the default dark. Yeah, of course. Now see, it's came in a different color combination, and hopefully it will be helpful for you. So we imported the React. Right. After importing the React, let me increase little more font size for you. Okay. Now after importing the React, you can see our file name is called home.js. I'll write a function here. A function, write a function. Function name is called my home. My home. Correct. Inside the my home, I will be writing here called return a division open close, and inside the division you write here one h1 saying like welcome home, and come down below in a paragraph write like this is from home component. Okay, this is from home component. So I will save this file, and finally, since the home component we want to use in some other file, so we have to write here export. Will ask why you are writing export, because I want to import this component. We want to import somewhere else, so that you have to write export. If you not write export, you cannot import it. Export default default the name of the function, that is called my home. Look at here, we have a function name called what? My home, and this my home function we are importing. So you can say very simple, creating the function. You can say creating a component in the React is not too difficult. It is very simple. Just import the React, and after importing the React, you can write a function, and inside the function, we will be following the return statement we have to follow, and inside we need to follow the curly bracket. And finally, as I told you this line, why we are writing this line, export default my home, because the component, all the component has to combine under the app, right? All the component, how many component you have, all the component has to combine. So while combining you have to import it, because of that you have to write the export. If you will not export, you cannot import it, right? Now let's come back. So you saw here we created a component, import React from React, and then we wrote function my home, and inside I wrote division welcome h1, and finally we closed the function, and we wrote export default my home. Now this function is ready to use. This component is ready to use. Let's go to the app file. Before that, look into the photo. We created one home component. The home component has to link to the app, and then only app can send to index.js, and index will send to the HTML, and HTML will send to the browser. So we created a component. We are going to link to the app now. We will go to the app.js file, and we will write here import file name, import function name, sorry, import function name from file name. So what is the function name we have? Function name we have called my home, and what is the file name? Home. Let me write here. Import function name, that is called my home from, definitely it came here home.js. I just auto selected. So you will write why you have written this. I will write here the syntax. It is called import function name from file name. File name. File name. Import function name from file name. You will ask why you have given dot slash. Brother, to call a file from the current folder, you have to give dot slash. If you are, see here, in the src only you have app.js, and in src only you have a home. So to locate in the current folder, you have to give dot slash. Dot slash is compulsory to call a file from the current folder. So we wrote here import my home from where? Home.js file. Then you can guess about this line also. Import React from where? React.js. So React is the name of the maybe function or class. It is where? Under the React.js file. Now Then we'll say, okay, you created a component, you called here, now how to integrate it? So we imported here, nothing to worry in integration part. Come down and simple. You know the BRHR, similar way, IMG tag, call that my home function here. My home. It's a very simple to integrate. That's all. Component got integrated. We created a separate component, home, function name is my home. We called here and integrated. That's all. Let's look into the browser. It will give the output. See here, if I'll go to the browser, saying welcome home, and this is from main component, and this is from the welcome home, right? So hope you got idea. We created a component and we are able to call here. Fine. Come down next. Don't forget to don't forget don't close this. Npm start you have done in the beginning, it must be running, then only you can see the project, else you can't see the project. Okay. Okay, so we saw the flow. I'll guide you again. Look at here, we have a component called home. Inside the home we wrote a function my home. Now this my home function we made as a export default my home. That meaning we are going to access my home in some other file. Look at the app.js file. What you did, you are writing is a import my home. So what is the my home? My home is the name of the function. From which file? From home.js file. And after importing here, we need to use that. So simple, put under the angle bracket and put the slash in the last like br. This call is how to call a component. Okay, let's get some more idea. We will create one more component. Okay, call login. Okay, so go to the src folder again, and in src folder create one more file. Give the file name called login.js. Login.js. So I created a file login.js. So again, what is the step in the login.js? Very simple. Go here and import the React. Import React from React. Correct. Main library got imported. After that, write a function. Function will give the function name called user login. User login. Okay. Inside the user login, we'll write here called return and you have to keep in a division because it has the rule of the JSX. You cannot write multiple line directly. Keep h1, keep inside login. I'll keep a paragraph here saying like please enter login details. Please enter login details. Finally, this component is ready. A static component ready. Now inside that, what do you want to do of this component? You want to call in app file. So without export, you can't do that. Okay. So you have to write here export default file function name. What is the function name? User login. User login. User login is the name of the function. This user login is the name of the function that you are going to call wherever you want. There is no limitation within the project. We can call anywhere. We can import the login, user login from login.js file anywhere, and we can access. That is called reusability. Okay, let me come to the app.js file. So hope you understood how to create a component. Simple meaning, import the React from React. Write a function as usual, what we have followed in JavaScript. Similar way, we can write the function keyword, function name, flower bracket open close, and return a statement, and inside division open close, h1 open close, paragraph open close, and it wrote inside. That's all. Finally, user login function is done. User login component is done. Come to the app.js file. In app.js file now, again we have to import. So remember, what is the function name? Function name is import user login. User login See, suggestion is also coming. Just select it. So it is says like import user login from login.js file. Import user login from login.js file. Okay. Import user login from login.js file. Now come down below and print here user login. Correct. Now we will see in the browser whether our page is loading or not. Login component is coming or not. Home was already coming in the beginning that we have seen. Now we are going to see login is going to come or not. Let's look at the browser. Refresh it. You saw it is saying welcome home from home component and login from the login component. Perfect. Right? Hope you understood how to create a component. Now next, if you read on internet, people say like reusability. React has a component of reusability. So suppose we have a component called my home. Correct? How we can reuse? There's a big question. No? We have a component called my home. How we can reuse? No need to worry. Just copy this my home and paste below 3 times. One time, 2 times, and then 3 times. What will happen now? My home component will call 3 times or not? Definitely it will call. Just put that and I'll show you. See, 3 times my home I kept here. User login was coming. So question came like, how can you say React has a reusability component? So just my home component, I have pasted 3 times here. I'm calling 3 times. Then definitely my home component will print 3 times. Let's show you. See here, saying welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. Welcome home, welcome home, welcome home is coming. How many times? 3 times. That is called component reusability. We have written 1 times and we are calling 3 times, right? That's called component reusability. Okay. So we are not going to focus on that point now. We are going to understand first a structure. Okay. So let's keep two component is ready. Now we will be creating one more component. Okay. Let me create one more file, or hope you have understood how to create a component. I will create one more component from my side and then I'll give you a task to create one component from your side. Okay. So I'll go to the SRC folder and create one more new component called login. Login already we have sign up. Sign up.js. Sign up.js. Come inside. As we have understood, we have to import React from React. Import React from React. After that, very simple. We want to create a sign up, correct? We will write a function here. But in this, I'll do some changes. What changes? I will write a fat arrow method. Okay, fat arrow method that you remember from the ECM 5.6. It is fat arrow method. What is that? Apply a const and give the function name. Function name, call it maybe register equal to fat arrow method, guys. This is called fat arrow method. Okay, your React will be using mostly fat arrow method only. Okay, now write export default register. Correct. Export default register. Okay, export default register. So you can see we wrote a function called register. A register we are doing the same. Export part is same as we have done in the previous component. In this I did a small changes. In this I did a small changes. What is that? Just I converted into the fat arrow method. Right here return, and inside the return you follow a parent JSX element division. Inside write one h1 and right there call user registration. user registration. Fine. Come down below. I'll write a paragraph below saying like, please enter your details. Please enter your details. You saw very simple. What is? We created a component based on function component, and it is simple like a constant we created, and it is based on fat arrow method, right? And remaining everything is just same. After that, you can say you are able to import the register function, whichever the component you want. So our target is what? We will import this register function, register component under the app file. So hope you have written this. Let's go ahead next. Go ahead next. What we will do? Come to the app.js file. In app.js file, again, I will write here import. What is the function name? Hope you remember. That is called register. Register from dot slash signup.js file. .js also you can give, or directly file name also you can give. Come down below and write here register. Correct. Save it and see how that look. You will see like my home is coming from the home.js, user login is coming from the login.js, register is coming from the signup.js, right? And all three components we combine under the app.js. So app.js becomes the main point where all the component you created and you imported. Okay. Now next what we have to do, let's look into the browser whether it is coming or not. See, of course it is coming. Welcome home, login and register. All three components are coming. Fine. Next, after that, what we need to do, we will be creating one more component. Okay. We will be creating one more component, contact us, and then we will come to the actual use. Okay. Okay. So we have created the my home user login and register component. Right now, next target will be we will create one more component, and then we can see how that is going to work. So go here and create one more component called contact.js. Contact.js import react from react, then write a const fat arrow method I'm following now, contact us, return division h1 contact us, simple. This is from contact us page. Save the file, and you must have to do the import. Export default we have to do. Export default name of the function, that is called contact us, right? So this component is also ready, and it is ready to import. Export default, the name of the function is, right? So next, say some error. What is that error? Okay, DEFA. Export default contact us, name of the component. So we can go to the again app.js file. and inside the app.js file we can import the contact us component. Let's come here, write again, import contact us, just auto suggestion I selected, it came here. Import contact us from contactus.js file. Come down in the last and import, add the component here, call contact us, save it. After that, you will be able to see the contact us component will come in the browser. Let me show you how that look. Of course, it's coming here. So we have created total home, login, register, and contact us. This many component we have created. Now we need to integrate this all the component. Okay, we need to apply a proper navigation, and then we need to link, and then it will look a proper page. So for that, the first I will guide you. You should install this. That we are going to implement the routing now. Routing in React.js. React.js. Okay. So for that, you have to install this. npm install React router hyphen DOM. npm install React router DOM. Okay. npm install React router DOM. This we need to run this command. We are going to implement now routing. What is that routing? Suppose if I go to this Node.js website, see there is a link here. There is a link here. When we click here, it is going from one page to other page. Hope you are able to see, right? See, it is redirecting from one page to other page. Same thing inside the React. Suppose we have created the 4 component now. So at a time, suppose in your project you have 100 pages. Assume in your project there is 100 component, so you cannot display 100 component to the user at the same time. So what you have to do, you need to apply some kind of navigation so that user will come, he will click on the link, then page will appear, right? Those we are going to apply now. That is called as a routing. Okay, so let's come first, we'll do the installation part. Go to your VS Code in the terminal and go to the new terminal. In Visual Studio, go to the terminal and go to the new terminal. New terminal appear here. Inside we have to write npm install React router DOM. npm install React router DOM. Just enter. It will take 1 minute time just to install it. See, installation is going on now. React router DOM. You will ask, what is this React router DOM? It is called routing. Inside the React, if you want to provide the navigation, you cannot give navigation directly. You have to provide the some kind of packages we need to import. Okay, and those packages come under the React router DOM. So this is an extra package of React. Okay, every functionality they have not stored in one library, they have split it. So according to your need, you need to install and you can use it. So what we did now, we added npm install React router DOM. Okay, so React router DOM is going to install now with the project, in project. Let it go on. It is happening. It may take 1 minute of time. So which package you are installing? Look at here. I have written here. You can see this npm install React router DOM. React router DOM. React router DOM is the name of the package that you are going to install. Let me see. Installation is started. It is going on. Yeah. Once the installation will be done, then what we will do, we will design a navigation. Okay, we'll design a navigation, and after designing the navigation, we will apply the, you can say, some kind of linking. So when we click on home, it will display the home page. When we click on contact, it will display the contact page. When we display the login page will come. When we click on sign up page will come. You can see in browser as of now, all the pages are loading at the same time, right? This should not be the right way, because suppose in project, if you have 1,000 pages, like just Al Sulekha, so many 100 pages are there. Those pages you cannot display like this, no, all at the same time, right? So navigation is the solution. Okay, so it is going on. Now, what we should do meanwhile, we have to write some CSS. We need to write some CSS, and after writing the CSS, we will come and we will implement. See, it's going on here, finalizing now almost. It is saying here finalizing now. Okay, we'll wait for a minute. Yeah, it's done. So it's saying like 145 packages are looking for something. React Router Term 5.2 is installed. Okay, so I will close this this terminal now, or maybe I'll minimize now. So see, once your installation is done, it will show you like this only. Plus React Router DOM is added in your library and everything is done. Now I'll close it. No need to minimize. I closed it. Okay. So which one you have installed? You have installed this one. React Router DOM. npm install React Router DOM we have installed. The next task is come to the CSS file. Look at here in index.js file. If you look at index.js file. In index.js file, it is calling a file called index.css. Correct? Hope you can see it's calling a file called index.css. So this index.css file is a global file. Inside we can write anything and we can import. We can write anything CSS, any class ID, and throughout the project we can access easily. So that we are going to do now. Okay. I will go to this index.css file, and first I will write the background of this screen as a blue color and text as a white color. Okay, so let me write here. Okay, for not now, first let me see the CSS for navigation. Assume you are going to write a UL tag. UL tag. For that UL tag, I'll give ID or class better. We can follow ID or class method. I'll give here call has top nav. Top nav. Okay. Top nav background color, some kind of I'll keep it a blue color, or let's keep it a red color. Come after that, padding 15 pixel and margin 0 pixel, no any line gap from any side. Then I'll write here has top nav space li. So inside the top nav we are going to follow the li. That should be display as a inline. Display should be as a inline. After that, padding inside also should be somewhere 16 pixel give here. Display inline will happen and padding 16 pixel will happen. And meanwhile, I'll write a class here. I'll write a class for the linking purpose. Okay, call menu link. See, I'm writing under the CSS file. Menu link color is a white color, and text decoration is a none. None means I have removed the underline. Okay, color is white, text decoration as a none. Now for the top nav of li, I'll write one hover effect also. Tap nav of li colon hover. background will give as a change the background sky blue color. Okay, some small changes we did now. So you can see here we have written the CSS saying like top nav, some particular margin padding, background. Top nav have some li. For that we given display inline and padding also we given. And for top nav of li has I'm missing here. I should give a has here. Right. Okay. So here I given call hover effect. Background is sky blue. And then for menu link I given the color as a white. So this many CSS we wrote. Let's come to the main file and there we can create a navigation so that this page will look little more better, right? This page will look like a navigation on the top. So next is what? See, we created the component. I gone to the index.css file. I wrote some CSS here. I'll come to the app.js file now. Inside the app.js file, division we have, let it be division. I'll follow a UL tag here. UL tag open and close. For this UL tag, I will write that ID top nav, right? Then inside this UL, I will be following some li. Okay, li, and this li will have call like home. We have created a component called home. Again, we will create one more. Okay, let me keep here a tag better. A href equal to nothing. Oh, it will throw the error. A tag open close. Hold on. A tag open and close here. Okay. Then for this a tag, I'll write, you can see we have written one ID here, not ID, class we have written, menu link. That menu link class I will call here. But in the React, you don't have anything called class. It's called class name. Attribute name is called class name, menu link. Okay. Now this menu link, how many component we have? 4 component. We have total home, login, then register. We have login, right? And we have call register also, and one more we have called contact us. Fine. So this navigation is ready. We need to have a look whether really navigation is coming in the browser or not. So let's go and have a look once. In the React, we don't have any property called class. It's called JSX property, class name. So you can say you will open, you will close, and inside we follow the li. Let me show you how that look. Perfect. Others are not visible, something wrong. I need to refresh my page. Yeah. Hope you can see here. Navigation is coming. I'll keep text align center so that everything will come in the middle. For UL tag, I'll go to the CSS file, and in the CSS file, I'll write for top nav, saying like text align center. Text hyphen align property I follow, and I'll keep in the center so that it will come completely in middle. And for this, when we are doing is a hover, we can apply, see, look at here, what I'm trying to do is, see, my menus will come in center now. There is no doubt in that. Menu will come in center. Yeah, it came in the center here. You can see menus came in the center. Right now, what should happen is when the cursor is going here, it should convert into hover, that pointer ready to click. So here we can add a property call cursor colon pointer. Cursor pointer, see, it came automatically. Cursor pointer. So now if I move my mouse there, I will get a pointer link. Pointer symbol will come. See, pointer symbol has to come. So here pointer symbol is coming. Pointer symbol is coming now. So next, what should happen? This content, you can see it is a starting from very beginning, right? It should come little inside, and here when we click here, the content has to change here. This has to be little dynamic. All the components should not load at the same time. Okay, so for that we have to write some CSS. Let's see, I will change here the red color I have given menu. Red color don't like, I'll convert into blue color. Okay, blue color I given. Let me save how that file is looking. See, this is okay. Okay, this is fine now. Now coming down, this content should be little aligned in the middle. So I will write a class here called container. Let me write a class called container class. This container class will have width just 80%, 80%, and minimum height we can give. Minimum height we can give somewhere 500 pixel. Minimum height we can give somewhere 500 px, and we can give margin auto so that it will appear in the middle. It will appear in the middle. Right, next inside the body we can write a class called background sky blue, and for the container background should be white. Correct. So next you saw here the container background I given as a white, right? So container background will be white color, and then for you can say background of the body I have given as a sky blue color. It is happening here, right? Come to the individual component now. Suppose I will go to the contact. I have a division here. We can write class name. Class name equal to container. Container. Same thing we can do in all the components. Sign up also. Correct. Login also. And then same time home also. If I run my page, see it is coming everywhere. Background white, 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 all the places. But question is at a time this all is not going to load. Anyone will come. Okay, one more minor mistake in CSS. Let me see. The width is not working. Width property, yeah, it should be 80%. Width property was supposed to be 80%. That you can change. See here, all are coming in the center. Let me keep text align also center. Text align center, and I will add some padding 10 px and border hyphen radius 10 px. Border radius will get apply. Yeah, it's got apply all the places. But we wanted to display any one at a time, not all. Okay, maybe any one component. See, in the app.js file, you can see we are displaying all the components. Because of that, all is saying welcome home, something, right? Look at here, we removed that. Now anyone has to call. See, if you call anyone, suppose if I'll cut all, right? One I have given call home, right? If I run this file, only one, you can see it is showing here welcome home. Perfect. There should be some gap from the top, then it will look well suitable. So for that, in the CSS file, we can add here margin top. Margin top somewhere 20 px will be enough. Margin top 20 px will be enough. See, it's become completely professional. Cool. Right. Next will be when we click on the links, the page has to change. Right. When we click on the link, the page has to change. So that we are going to see, guys, in the next video. So that you can see a React complete part 2 video. There you will have entire functionality, because the React is not too small and we cannot make in one video everything. It has to be like little, it will be a little bigger completely. Okay, so in this you saw completely set up, then you saw completely, like you can say, how to create the component and how to link everything. Correct, you saw how to uh, write some CSS also. So everything is ready. Next part will be called the routing plus next level. Okay, so again, thanks for watching, and let's see you in the next video, that is called complete React part number 2. Okay, thanks.